This I was originally not even planning to watch this game, but I kept getting on Twitter and people were talking about it in my, people talking about it in my fantasy football groups or whatever. So I'm like, let me tune in. First and foremost, and I'm going to really get into it later. The Peyton Manning Eli Manning broadcast was absolutely phenomenal. They need to do that every week and not just 10 weeks. But it was a great game. It was wild. Lamar Jackson was Lamar Jackson, like we all expected him to be. Derek Carr was Derek Carr, which was shaky. I said it. No, hey, look, man. I can't. I don't know what it is about Derek Carr. I just can't stand him. I don't trust him. He's not. He's good. He's a solid quarterback, but whenever they can get a replacement, it won't be too soon. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Whenever they can get a replacement, Derek Carr. Listen, that underestimating is exactly what won the Raiders the game.
No, no.
Oh, absolutely.
No, what run the Raiders?
The scoring play with cover zero blitz. You have nobody back there guarding those wide receivers, and you leaving it to Derek Carr to make a play. Derek Carr didn't make that happen. It's a full-out blitz. There is literally nobody in the backfield. Full-out blitz, and he makes that touchdown pass.
That sounds like poor defense. You know why? Because, let's go to
the Ravens?
Yes.
Oh,
okay, let's go to
get that man his due. If Dak Prescott did something like that, you would have been all over it.
Here's what I'm saying. Last drive of the fourth quarter, the Raiders are trying to tie the game to go to overtime, right? Mm-hmm. They got the ball on the 25, right? And you know how many plays it took them to get in the field goal position?
How many?
2. It took them 2 plays to get in the field goal position.
This is the Ravens against the Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah, it's what you.
But see, that's the thing.
The Raiders defense
that's the thing.
Here.
I'm talking about the Ravens defense.
Oh, okay. You said tying the game. Raiders coming to tie the game.
Yes, the Raiders are going down to tie the game.
I thought you said Ravens.
Oh, okay. I probably did. My bad. So the Raiders, who I can not stop calling Oakland for some reason still. The Raiders are going down to try to tie the game to go to overtime. The Ravens, for some reason, decided to play man defense, which I do not understand at all. Why are you not in the zone? I know you don't play prevent because they say prevent prevents you from winning, which I completely understand. But why? There was no earthly reason why they were in a man defense because okay, I'll give you the first one. First one, Derek Carr delivered a good pass. They got a big chunk of their yardage. But then they called the timeout. And then to turn around and run the man defense again, play zone. Keep everything in front of you. It's really not that tough. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's probably tough. But the play call wasn't even right. Why would you have your back turned? You don't know what's going on. So for them to have run man 2 plays in a row trying to seal the game made absolutely no sense to me. And then like you said, the play that finally won it, the cover zero blitz, where all the Raiders did was run a stack and got the defensive backs jammed up and dude just running, wide open downfield to where Derek Carr threw the ball. And I'm like, where's he throwing this ball? Like he just threw it up. I'm like, there's a receiver down there. Look at that.
I just want to say the final, well, not the final because it was still a lot of time left for overtime. But one score wins the game. To me, cover zero blitz is, say, if you were playing one of these young quarterbacks. Cincinnati's game went into overtime. You do that against a Joe Burrow, okay? Just like you underestimated Derek Carr, so did the Ravens defense. Okay. That's exactly what that was. Now, granted, the DBs did run into each other on the plate, and Homeboy was wide open.
Right.
But Derek Carr, he was still poised in the pocket with this all-out blitz coming. Come on now. You said Derek Carr was okay. This man had 435 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Did Dak Prescott have 435 yards?
Yeah, 403.
He had 403. What you're saying is
in regulation, and he didn't in regulation without 2 overtime possessions.
But did Derek Carr not have more passing yards than Dak Prescott?
He had 2 overtime possessions.
But did he have more?
He had
passing
2
yards?
Overtime possessions.
Did he have more passing yards?
He literally got to the end zone twice. He got to the end zone twice in overtime.
I'll give you another stat. Dak Prescott had 58 passing attempts. Did he not?
Yes.
with 58 passing attempts, he passed for 403 yards. Derek Carr had 56 passing attempts, in which he passed for 435 yards. So 2 less pass attempts, 32 more yards.
Okay.
So I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none about no more time. Less pass attempts, more yards. Derek Carr had a good game. He had some hiccups, of course, but he had a good game. Don't be trying to come for the boy. You know, I like me some Derek Carr.
I'm not a big Derek Carr guy. I don't know what it is.
Clearly.
Hey, maybe it's my eye test failing me this time. I don't know.
Clearly, this man had 435 yards.
Back to the Ravens just pooping the bed. Right. Like I said, okay, so the Raiders got the ball back with 30 seconds left and one timeout. No timeouts because they didn't call any. 1st and 10 on 25. They got 45 yards. Again, why are you running a man defense? If you got 45 in one play, I'm not running that same defense just to let them go get 37 more the next play. It just didn't make any sense to me, Ashley.
It really didn't.
It didn't. They went from the 25 to the 37 in less than 37 seconds, no timeouts to allow them to go to overtime. And then they got burned twice in overtime. There was the one play that actually scored, but then there was the other one where Derek Carr hit, was it Darren Waller again? Because he hit Darren Waller like all game. And then the guy gets to the one, and then I laughed, Ashley. I laughed Monday night watching this game. I even said it was getting comical because you're on the one, and I was watching the Peyton and Eli broadcast, and Eli is like, don't run a hard count. Don't do anything stupid because you're going to make your lineman jump and you're going to cost yourself 5 yards. And what do? They run a hard count, the lineman jumps, and now they're on their 6. And then
I understand a hard count, you know, if you're trying to draw them off sides. But if you at the 1 yard line.
You run a hard count on 4th and 1, not on 2nd or 3rd and goal at the 1. There's a difference.
You at the 1 yard line.
There's a big difference.
And you at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Come on.
You don't run a hard count.
It's just too much to give up.
Right. Like, your linemen are in 4-point stance that they're not used to. They're already jumpy. They're trying to score. Just don't do that to them. And then the very next play, Derek Carr hits his receiver in the face mask and the ball gets intercepted. Yes. I got, as Cat Williams said, I got my 7 chuckles in on that one.
Wait. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to go back to a play.
Yeah, so that was that. And then, of course, the Ravens, from their O-line just disappeared. Lamar Jackson got strip sacked in the backfield, and they went down and scored.
But you forgot in that series, Darren Waller, he reached out to for the touchdown. The reason why they were at the 1 yard line is because he hit Darren Waller. Darren Waller reached out, and they called it a touchdown. Then they called it back and said it wasn't a touchdown.
Right.
And some folks are saying that's 50-50.
No, it was Edwards. It was Edwards. Sorry.
Edwards, my bad. Edwards reached out for the touchdown, and then
it looked short. Honestly, it looked short. Like live too. I didn't have to see it.
I think it's 50-50.
It's not 50-50 about it.
I think it is. From one angle, it looks like his knees down first, but from the other angle, it looks like the ball it crossed the pylon. I'm just saying.
There's no
you know
50,
what I'm saying?
There's 50-50.
The ball don't lie. In overtime,
there's
they won.
50-50.
What I'm saying is the ball don't lie.
You're right, but there's 50-50 on questionable OPIs in the fourth quarter when a team was trying to go down and score,
or drop passes with the Dallas Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb.
Right. There's no 50-50 about the knee was down and he was a yard short.
Two different camera angles. One camera angle did look like the ball had reached the pylon. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It didn't look like a touchdown live. I'm just saying.
But you know what they say? The ball don't lie. They got the ball in overtime.
You're right. You're right. And again, they won. I said it then. I say it now. Neither team deserved to win. Okay, both of them looked for reasons to give the game away.
Ravens do have quite a bit of injuries. What they say, they got 13, 14 people injured right now. Both of their starting running backs are injured. But shout out to their third string running back. What was his name? Tyson Williams. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. Homeboy, he's the only running back still there from training camp who hasn't been injured. And he scored him a touchdown.
Let me put it like this, Ashley. Usually, like on these game books, which I'm obviously just now learning about how, where everything is, when they list the offense, like the last person is a running back, the guy's listed as a fullback. That's how hurt their their running back room is. Yeah. Yeah. So.
But they have. So Tyson Williams, he scored. Latavius Murray, he scored. Mm-hmm. Le'Veon Bell, he was on the sideline, and they picked up Devontae Freeman. So to have some OG, some veteran running backs in there with your boy Tyson Williams. So we'll see how that goes. Is that it for your game of the week, Mervin?
No, yes, but I do want to mention, if you get a chance, I don't know when, I think they're doing next week as well, and I know they're doing the Cowboys game in a couple of weeks. Whenever you watch Monday Night Football, go ahead, just flip over to ESPN2 and watch the Peyton and Eli broadcast. This past week, it's one thing to get a couple guys in the booth, and me watching the Cowboys, mostly it's usually Troy and Joe, or you get Al and Chris, and then now Jim and Tony on CBS. But this broadcast was probably one of the best ideas ESPN has had in a long time, because you got two guys that are brothers who pretty much nothing is off limits, so they're cracking jokes with each other. Peyton was like, they were doing a play call or whatever, and like what it would sound like or whatever. And for some reason, Peyton has on a helmet, and like halfway through, he's like, God, I can't do it with this helmet. Like, it's not big enough. And of course, Eli's just cracking jokes on him. But even then, outside of that, their analysis of the game is just different than a normal broadcast. And so it was, like I said, it was a great broadcast. And whenever I'm at home on a Monday night, if I'm not at work, if that's an option, I'm definitely watching it.
Oh, for sure. I definitely think having quarterbacks, call a game is a recipe for success.
Right.
Look at now, pause. Your boy Tony Romo, he is like up there. He like goated in this thing right now, because this man is crazy with it. I see Drew Brees and came over.
Yeah.
He joined. Was it Fox?
NBC.
He joined NBC's broadcast team, and I'm about to check out the Manning broadcast, because I love Peyton Manning. Eli, comes with the brother.
You know what? Hey, look, I have to not like Eli, because he was a Giants quarterback and he won those 2 Super Bowls and he kept the Cowboys away from one. But outside of the lines, outside of the 120/53, hey, Eli's a cool guy, man. That guy's pretty funny. He's got some zinger. He's got more of a dry humor, and it kind of plays off of Peyton, and it's actually pretty funny.
He probably learned the humor in his final seasons in the NFL. Because that right there was straight comedy.
You were 100% correct on that.
It was terrible.